Our next two stories, we'll be talking about the growing controversies surrounding data centers and what is going to be law enforcement's predictable role when it comes to people having issue with these data centers being a thing, and maybe believing that we live in some sort of a democracy where we have the power to say no to these data centers. So reading here from Wired Magazine, the headline is U.S. law enforcement warns of anti-tech extremism as AI hatred grows. In the wake of attacks on CEOs, first of all, I think it's just one CEO. Come on, Wired Magazine. What an intro here. In the wake of attacks on CEOs.
Sam Altman.
Did he get attacked?
Yes. He posted a picture of, mind you, this motherfucker every week is like, guys, it's it for us. He just comes out every other week. He's like, man, humanity had a nice.
Wait, he got attacked? When did he get attacked? Oh, I didn't know about this.
Sam Altman got.
I just know about Luigi shooting.
No, that's a healthcare CEO, but Sam
that
Altman.
was CEO, yeah.
Sure, but the tech, but specifically,
Sure,
this is talking
tech,
about AI
yeah.
extremism. This was maybe 2-3 months ago. Listen, timelines, all a blur. But Sam Altman, and it is me. So before we even.
All right, just hold that thought then, and then
Okay,
let me go on here. In the wake of attacks on CEOs, that is a thing. I was wrong. A nationwide protest movement targeting data centers and increasing concerns about AI job replacement. Federal intelligence agencies and domestic law enforcement are circulating reports with a new domestic target in mind: anti-technology extremists. More than 1,000 pages of unpublished reports from the Department of Homeland Security, FBI, and fusion centers obtained by Wired show a national shift taking place to surveil this new and worryingly broad category of people and activities deemed an emerging threat.
I love that the government's like, we don't defend non-binary people. But binary people?
Yeah.
But binary code?
Yeah, I mean, it is absurd. The priorities of the government, like people are protesting to end a genocide and are getting threatened for it, are losing their jobs. People are getting killed every day in this country. 1,100 a year at the hands of the police, right? That's what our podcast is about. And the government is like, people are being really mean about AI data centers.
Come on, guys, let us build a fucking data center in your.
So what happened to Sam Altman?
Dude, he literally got a Molotov cocktail. Multiple attacks have happened to him. But it said April 10th, this guy threw a Molotov cocktail. A guy threw a Molotov cocktail into his house, like his actual house. And so I remember that day because Sam Altman posted a pic. He had been consistently tweeting out like, guys, just hug your loved ones. It's over. It is over. It's like just being like human. Hey, it was fun while it lasted, And then the next day, someone throws a Molotov cocktail into his fucking house, and he posts a picture of his kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm posting this because I want people to know I'm a real person.
Yeah.
I have a real family.
If you had a fucking Molotov cocktail thrown in your living room, I mean, that sucks. But it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, look, yeah. I'm sympathizing.
You know what
with
also sucks? Luke destroying the fabric of our economy.
No, I agree. Yeah,
and the social order that we currently have, and flooding and stealing the data of millions of people to create the most advanced surveillance state ever conceived.
Look, I agree with you. Where I was going with that is just that, again, the priorities of our government. If anyone's getting a Molotov cocktail thrown at them, that should be obviously investigated as an individual crime. But to take it to this level, we can add up all sorts of individual crimes and violence, whether it comes to victims of police violence, victims of ICE, victims of, as you were mentioning, economic and environmental violence at the hands of data centers or job displacement with no social safety net whatsoever. But of course, what the DOJ is going to focus on is threats to capital, which ultimately that's what this is about. The vast majority of resistance against these data centers are just the videos you see on your phone of like some town hall, right? And there's people lining up and saying, we don't want this fucking data center here. Or it's trying to get city council votes, trying to get a lawsuit going. Like, that is generally the resistance against data centers. Not they're all getting Molotov cocktails. So that was one incident that I know of. It's generally just grassroots resistance that is not criminal whatsoever. And so for the DOJ to come in here and be like anti-technology extremists is some sort of enough of a problem that they have to be getting ready to what probably will turn into a new dragnet of mass surveillance. Like, you know, went from COINTELPRO, civil rights leaders, to then like the Muslims in the country. Now, what's coming next? Like, fucking anyone who shows up to a city council meeting because AI data center is like displacing their family. Yeah,
no, you literally, it's, this is clearly like, they just went to their police and were like, they're not letting us poison the city of Memphis. Please, can you stop them? Can you make we need a language. We need to make an Antifa, but for like, you know, this is like what happens when the new CEOs, the new you know, oligarchs or whatever you want to call them are just tech nerd CEOs, and they're like, okay, how do we prevent our capital? How do we protect our capital and our property, the data? The data is their property, and they just criminalize.
Yeah, I mean, the fact in all these documents they mention Tesla a lot. It's like, it's so obvious. Like, they're boys. They're
like anti-tech extremism. It's like, bro, niggas just, there's no reason there needs to be a data center the size of Manhattan. What ain't enough internet for there to be that much a data center the size of Manhattan? I'm like, how does that even get dreamed of?
Very few people would make that trade. Like, okay, you know how you like using ChatGPT sometimes? Yeah, I like using ChatGPT sometimes. It kind of helps me out. It's pretty convenient. Okay, so keep that. All you got to give up is oceans and air and jobs and a sense of democracy. People aren't going to be like, I choose ChatGPT.
They're building a digital fake world while destroying our regular world is not. I want to vote no on that checkbox, but that's
we don't get to.
Yeah, we don't. Apparently,
we don't get to. And not only do we not get to, not only do like the poor neighborhoods, the overlooked neighborhoods in America, you know, the other America within America, not only are they going to take the brunt of it and they're not going to get to vote on it, but also the third world. Also, like, be like beyond the data centers needed to support all this is the minerals they're mining. Like, so the supply chain that is like generating all this wealth runs deep. It runs throughout the entirety of the world. And we're seeing right here that the powers that be are going to do whatever they can to make sure that supply chain does not get disrupted, that this wealth continues to be generated.
But it's like, what does it matter if you destroy the world? You can't even, like, use the wealth, nigga. What is the wealth for?
They'll be able to use it. The world is not going to, quote unquote, be destroyed by any of the lifetime of all the people who are going to be like, enjoying the fruit of all this. They're gonna live great lives. They'll be watching the Knicks game 3 with Donald Trump the only time they lose because God is real. So they're gonna enjoy this shit. But let me get back to this article. Among the documents in the tranche obtained by Wired is a New York Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau report that warns of widespread upheaval in response to AI adoption. Of particular note is a novel term for what the Bureau purports to be an emerging extremism threat. Quote, the chaotic atmosphere that may result, again, listen to all this stuff. It's so like predictive. None of this shit is real. They're imagining these threats. The chaotic atmosphere that may result from emerged AI technology in the next 5 years may fuel large-scale protests that devolve into civil unrest and anti-tech violent extremist activity, especially in large urban areas such as New York City. The report reads, the term anti-tech violent extremism does not appear in any publicly available DHS or FBI domestic extremism reports or guides, and represents a novel grouping of a wide range of ideologies under a single extremist category.
Yeah, they just make up they just throw you in there. They'll just make up whatever term anti-tech that means, whether you don't like this newest generation iPod or you want to blow up a fucking data center. You're all the same to me. Also, it's so crazy.
If you know how to save a Word doc into a PDF, you're going to Guantanamo Bay for that, actually.
We will waterboarding you. No, I literally, it's like, it's crazy that we are the extremists. The people who just want clean air and water and like just reality to stay the same. We're the extremists. Meanwhile, the guys extracting all the resources, employing slave labor, fucking stealing land that can go to housing and like infrastructure and like all these resources that can go to the betterment of mankind are instead being used to make a fucking AI memory data bank for fucking fucking intelligence that can show you fucking Paris Hilton's titties or whatever the fuck. Just make women nude. Like it's all so.
It used to be a point of pride to be an extremist like myself, but nowadays everyone gets lumped in
with extremists. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's
And again, this is months after that Trump famously had that directive within the DOJ, the whatever something M7. That basically is saying that the DOJ, we need to focus our attention to anti-capitalist extremists, anti-Christian extremists, pro-immigration extremists. So they're really like making this word extreme like mean nothing, which is scary.
Well, yeah,
it's just scary. This is the way the FBI operates.
Yeah, they're just like, who are our enemies? Just say your personal enemies who are affecting your bottom line.
Yeah,
and your bottom line
Victor Wembanyama is extremist in his philosophy of femur length and should be jailed immediately.
I'm just like upset that like, bro, everything that's like good, you're like an extreme. It's literally like, okay, I'm gonna drink water. Wow, these anti-soda extremists are out here. They need to be locked up. It's like, no, the water is healthy for my body. That's how I've been operating. You fucking evil Antifa. Like it's the good stuff is bad, apparently bad. We live in an inverted reality. It's just inverted. But
speaking of the NYPD, so back to the article. The NYPD internal assessment follows the department's collaboration with the FBI last year to monitor the signal chat of an activist group coordinating volunteers to monitor public hearings at immigration courts in New York. So again, this is what the NYPD is scared of. A signal chat of an activist group coordinating volunteers to monitor public hearings at immigration courts in New York. According to the documents obtained by The Guardian, the FBI surveilled activists as part of a broader investigation into anarchist, violent extremist actors, one of the threat categories named in the new counterterrorism strategy. And all this, by the way, all this NYPD collaborating with the FBI and the DOJ, they're called fusion centers. They mentioned it earlier in this article. That's all post 9/11 shit. There used to be laws in place that prevented these agencies from coordinating and operating together as one massive big brother governmental surveillance agency. But ever since 9/11, all those protections against pro-privacy protections have gone away, and now we do have shit like this where the FBI and the NYPD and the DOJ, they can all share each other's eyeballs, and we have like no, the game's over as far as surveillance goes.
Yeah, people are gonna get rid of their phones. I think I don't know, man.
It's not gonna happen.
I got to get a dumb phone. I don't want a phone anymore.
Hey, I'll be proud of you if you do.
I got to.
You think you could do it?
I want to.
You want to. You want to do a lot of things.
I do. I hope one day.
Sure, yeah.
No, I don't like anti-tech. I'm fucking sorry that it sucks that every day these CEOs make people go, the Unabomber
Yeah.
had some points.
Yeah.
Not the bombing part.
Yeah.
But like,
You mentioned that a lot on this podcast. Yeah. Maybe don't mention it every time. But yeah.
the compilation video.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Your Honor, let me present to you President A. Compiled by the defendant. Actually, I don't know why he posted Exhibit A.
I was cooking. No, the Unabomber was right. Unabomber was like 25 times.
You know, if you think about it, the Unabomber,
No, I'm not anti. I was talking about anti-Nike tech extremism.
Yes,
we were on to matcha latte.
more localized extremism.
Quarter zips and matcha lattes. I wasn't.